Hey Leos, thank you guys for the support. So this is your extra reading because you guys had the most likes on the video like a week and a half ago when I released all the videos and I said the sign with the most likes will get it. Anyway, so when I was drawing, trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to even do for this extra reading, trying to get your energy into the room, I think you guys, at least the energy I was getting, you're concerned with love readings right now. So, all right, we'll do love readings. And from what I gathered, it's some of you may be looking for closure. Some of you are looking at the current, and some of you are looking at new. But one of the cards that popped out was like the Hangman when I was just trying to put up the spread, which I'm just like, okay, but I think one thing, regardless of the situation, is like you want to consider the other person's perspective. So, especially with the closure, with the X part, you want to understand what happened from their end because I bet you probably understand what happened from your end. At least that's the sense I was getting when I was in the energy. I feel like I'm getting a confirmation for that. So we're going to go ahead and start with the I almost said current, but we're going to actually do closure first. Then I'm going to do the current, and then I'm going to do new. So, yeah, if you want to see what the closure rating is, stick ahead. I'm going to put, stick around, whatever. I'm going to put timestamps in the description box for you guys so you can skip if, one doesn't apply to you or whatever. But we're starting with closure. Okay, so for the closure, I wanted to get something to try to um, identify the situation for you. So you either heard this or this is what you experienced. So I just feel like there's just an unmatched energy here. So it's up to you to determine that with this being a general reading. Like, did you match their energy? Did you hold back? Or did you put more into this relationship hoping that they would match your energy? Were you being consistent, hoping that that would end up making them want to be consistent, making them want to try, but then you just ended up with a tower moment instead? You ended up with this situation just dissolving and going away. It's like, that's not what we agreed to. That is not what we came to an understanding. And I feel like you had a lot of hope, and this is something that you really wanted, maybe manifested. This is something that you saw a future with potentially. Um, but there's just this whole like, I think there's just this trying to understand why the energies weren't matching, like what happened there, basically, why my efforts weren't appreciated, kind of thing. So, like, what was the big deal? Just kind of ran right out of my mouth. So, we'll see how this resonates for you guys. Again, we have the Magician. I like to show the cards. So, we have the Magician, the King of Pentacles reverse, Justice, the Tower, and the Two of Cups. So, with that, that tells me you could have been dealing. Now, I'm just calling out the signs that I see in the cards. You don't have to have been dealing with them, but just to throw it out there, or you could have it in your chart, Leo. There's Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, and Aries. Mars really wanted to pop out for the Tower instead of Scorpio and Aries, so I don't know if a Mars placement is important for this. But anyway, let's go ahead and draw more into this, like get into their side. So I drew different piles here. I have it in three different, like little triangles, or diamonds. They're diamonds. Um, they could all be separate stories. It could all be one big thing. But so starting over here, I just see like there was a break in the agreement, is kind of what I see. Like, this isn't what we agreed to. I just kind of see like, okay, there was fulfillment here, but something happened, like with this Two of Cups reverse, something happened that was not agreed to, was not part of the deal. Basically, this is not what I agreed to. And it's just like they just went, they went cold. basically. And with this death card, it's just like, yeah, they chose to let it go. They are like, okay, I gotta walk away. They felt disrespected. Yeah, I forgot I heard that earlier. Something crossed the line because I'm looking at all these as I shuffled them. They felt like something crossed the line. Either that or they crossed the line. But since you're looking for their explanation, I'm assuming that they felt like you crossed the line. So, and like this isn't what they signed up for. So with this death and the moon reverse, you could have been dealing with a Scorpio or Pisces. And then this next pile goes into like, so there's a celebration, but I just feel like this is saying it wasn't that serious. Like it felt like it wasn't that serious potentially. Like they wanted here, or maybe you wanted here. There's something about it not being that serious because like the Three of Cups can also be celebrating with friends. It could just be a celebration, but I'm just like, were you? I don't know if too friendly was the word, but there's like this whole down below here. We have the Emperor reverse. Could have been an Aries. Nine of Cups and 10 of Swords. I just felt like this person you were dealing with just ended up being like drained, and they were just like, they got to the point of I can't do it anymore. Basically, it's like this whole. There's a sense of sensitivity on here. Like somebody was really sensitive, and it felt like one person was really sensitive, and the other person might just like poke fun at that. Whether it be you or the other person, maybe both of you were really sensitive. It just felt like there's this whole like walking on eggshells type of thing going on here in the middle of this, and it's like maybe it wasn't friendly vibes. I did hear that friend version though. Maybe it got in the way of the celebration with the sensitivity, like not really understanding each other and just kind of jumping to conclusions instead. But in the end, it just kind of it was draining, and they were like, I can't do it anymore. Like it's draining me basically. And then the next set over here, be it I feel bad saying all this because I'm like, I hope you don't think you're a bad person, but like, I don't know. There's definitely a sense of sensitivity, but there's just like a whole, I didn't sign up for this thing here. I'll have to draw extra on this, but we have the temperance reverse. You could have been dealing with Sagittarius we have Ace of Pentacles reverse, Earth sign in general. We have the King of Cups reverse. That one's upright. And the Hangman. So we have Pisces energy. So I just kind of feel like when they are sympathetic and trying to understand your viewpoint and maybe trying to help heal you, it took away from their healing. Maybe you both kind of needed that direction, healing, needed that balancing out, needed to take time to find their sense of direction, basically. You both may have needed that, and maybe one or both of you ended up like with this temperance, it's kind of like pouring one cup into the other. Instead of doing this cleansing your own type of thing, maybe one or both of you were too focused on cleansing the other person, and didn't take enough time for yourself kind of energy. Too considerate. There's like this sense of being so considerate of the other person that you're inconsiderate of yourself. It's like this whole putting someone else's needs ahead of your needs type of vibe, in a way that their needs harms you because it goes against your needs or drains you potentially. Like you're not taking care of yourself because you're too focused on someone else's needs type of energy. Maybe not harm you, but I think hopefully y'all are getting the point. Anyway, I feel like this is like I'm gonna draw some like advice or something for this. Like, what else can I tell you? Like, maybe this just wasn't meant to be. Because I kind of feel like, I mean, this isn't the worst. I don't like being all like someone drained the other person, you know? So let's draw a few more cards. Getting advice. So, as for advice, you got the Hanging Dragon. Yes, I am using three different decks. The Five of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So we have Pisces and Sagittarius, and we have air signs basically. So what I get from this is just recognize the space you're in. You know, you could have brought this Five of Cups energy into this relationship, and that could, because there was a draining element, like each person trying to heal each other. You could be in a Five of Cups energy because of this relationship. It could have been both. Like, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, you know? Be honest with yourself. What happened, you know? Maybe you have a Five of Cups energy for both. So, probably need to know what that Five of Cups energy is. Basically, drowning in emotions, really focused on the negativity, really focused on the spilt milk, basically. Like in the original, there's three spilt cups and kind of ignoring the two shining ones, the ones that are still upright with like flowers in them and everything. Well, that's at least in my Tatsujiro deck. But so there's just this energy of not really being able to see the good because of all the negative, basically. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you brought it into this or if that's your space now or both. But I feel like this spread, other than that, is just saying you'll know when the time is right to move on, to move forward with your life. But for now, it's okay to take time to rest, to get your energy back, to be ready to be I'm hearing in a relationship again, in love again, what have you, you know, whatever you want to call it. Get yourself back out there. You don't have to jump back out there to prove a point, to be better than the other person, to glow up, to whatever. You know, some of the best glow ups happen whenever you take time, heal yourself, and treat yourself right. And I just think you're still in this negative space, so take time and heal yourself. Maybe I'm here and take time with some friends. You know, you don't have to just get back out there if you're not ready. If you ask yourself, why am I wanting to get back out there? Is it to prove that you don't need them, for this petty war type of like thing that exes do with each other, or are you actually ready to get back out there? Because with this spread, I don't think you are, and it's okay. If this resonates, it's okay to take your time to heal and just, I mean, you look at this dragon. If this was resonating, you're fucking exhausted and you need to just, this is a dragon that just needs to like sleep for a little bit, just needs to rest for a little bit, and just, it's like put in so much effort or had so much stress on it, be it physical, mental, whatever, carrying this relationship. However that wants to resonate, or if this was just stressful, not really understanding what was going wrong, however it resonates for you, or just always worrying, you know, there's definitely an anxiety sense when I'm getting into this. Just a slight nudge of it. Like, I know Leos don't want to admit that shit, but I've been friends with enough of them to know, like, your confidence isn't always real. You know, sometimes it's an act. Some of y'all really do have that confidence, but some of y'all just need hugs and reassurance. But yeah, so take the time, heal yourself, like relax, rest, just rest. Like, you don't have to get back out there today. Wait until you're ready. Okay. Hopefully this helped you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and move to the ones who are currently in a relationship. So thank you guys for watching. If this is the only one you wanted to watch, and I'll see y'all later. Okay, so now we're moving on to the Leos that are currently in a relationship and wanted a love reading. So I think what I'm going to do, I was sitting here thinking about it for a second, I'm going to get one deck designated for how you feel, one deck designated for how they feel. Now, this is general, so it could always be reversed, but as I'm reading, I am designating this to be for Leo and this to be for their partner, basically. So we're going to go ahead and start with how you feel, Leo. So let me get some cards, let me shuffle and get all ready. I'm not going to lie, I'm still shuffling, but I'm asking, so how do Leos currently feel, that are currently in relationships feel? And I just heard this, man. I think that's probably why you're here. But I'm just gonna get some cards. I'm sorry I had to share it. I thought it was funny. Cross watchers, if you're here, I'm sorry. But I just wasn't expecting that and I wanted to share it. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we'll draw some cards. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with what I have so far because I keep hearing things. So we have the Chariot reverse, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Sun reverse, which is a Leo card. So I feel like, well, it's actually a Sun card, but it's Leo because the Sun rules Leo. And when I saw that reverse, I'm just like, you either don't feel like yourself or you can't be yourself. You could just straight up not be happy in this situation, but I mean, if you can't be yourself, like, I wouldn't be happy, you know? Four of Cups, hurt ashamed. Shame? And King of Swords. So there's Cancer and Gemini energy on the board. And I'm just hearing, like, the actions need to match the words. Like, we're not moving forward, and it just feels like we're always being pulled in different directions. Like, it feels like you're always being hurt, and then, like, they want to make up for it, but you can't fully accept it because, like, actions just aren't matching words. It's like, why are you only nice when you fuck up? Kind of energy on the board. Why are you only nice when you fuck up? Like, whenever it's normal, you're not good to me. You're not nice to me. Like, you only treat me right when I have one foot out the door. You only treat me right when you fuck up, basically. Okay. So, yeah, let's. Do we want to get into how they feel? Like, do we just want to get advice? I feel like I need to draw more cards for you. Okay, so I have two cards here that I haven't flipped yet, but I haven't felt into or anything. But when I was looking at this Four of Five of Cups, I noticed. I don't know how well you can see this card with that gold, but that chapel in the background. I was just like, oh, a chapel in the background. And then I was like, I drew the Ten of Pentacles as I was staring at that. And what that's telling me is what you may be upset about is that this relationship is not going to the next level like you wanted it to. This relationship is not going anywhere. Like, maybe you wanted marriage, maybe you saw marriage at one point. Maybe you are married and it's just not working out. There's something about that long term, like, I heard safety net, but it doesn't have to be. That long term relationship that was long lasting, that was built to last, that actually meant something, that you're kind of wondering now, like, was it all a dream? Was it all a fantasy? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, excuse all my cursing, like, I'm in the middle of this energy. I feel very frustrated. So, with these two, you're considering leaving with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles in the stack? Yes. Page of Pentacles and the Fool. You're considering how you feel about the situation. Does it bring you the joy that it once did? And with that Sun reverse, I don't think it does. You're trying to consider what would make you happy. What would make you happy, like, if you're not happy. And honestly, you have to make yourself happy, basically. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, by the way. But I just heard breaking free from tradition because the Fool is a Uranus card, whatever, however you want to say it, which is kind of like a rebellious type of thing. And it does rule, that does rule Aquarius, but maybe you're trying to break from tradition, like whatever that means to you. I heard breaking from tradition. Sometimes I want to make the story up myself, but like I'm feeling like I shouldn't like box that phrase right now. Like that could mean something different to other people. Like maybe some people just don't want kids. Maybe people don't want to be married. Maybe people want a different type of relationship. Maybe I don't know. Whatever that breaking tradition is for you, and maybe that's just for a few people. It could also just be about going on the next adventure, finding your joy again. Basically, like I just noticed that sun peeking out from the sky, like coming out from behind the clouds, like trying to find your joy again. And it's like, you should have the joy within yourself, but if someone's sucking you dry, like making you miserable, like that's a thing too, like you should be able to find your own joy, but at the same time, if someone else is just, it is a thing that other people make you miserable, so it's just like, you don't need that negativity. Like if they're not willing to work with you, make it better, like make the situation better. Like if y'all are just clashing all the time, that's going to be a miserable situation, So, because it does, because like this almost feels like deception. Like you feel like you're being lied to with this. Like you thought it was going somewhere that it's not. So, I did have to put out that whole like shouldn't be dependent on someone else to make you happy, but at the same time, it does have that element of like did they lie to you type of thing. So let's get into their side. Yeah, I've drawn a lot of cards when I start speaking, but I want to go ahead and speak on this because I drew the Two of Cups, and I'm like, I was a little confused on the Two of Cups energy that I was feeling, so I drew some support cards for it, basically. Oh, you can't really see it. So we got the Page of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Empress. So it could be Taurus or Libra you're dealing with, doesn't have to be. But basically, I just feel like this person wants this agreement, maybe a little immature in the communication, maybe doesn't really know how to communicate well, doesn't know what to say potentially. There's just this fogginess on what to say, how to say it type of thing, how to act. With this Three of Cups, I kind of got the sense, because Three of Cups is initially like celebration and stuff, but this one's kind of like the hangover after the celebration. It's kind of like that, you know how some people get scared after they they unleash their feelings and then they pull back. It's like, oh God, I can't believe I said that. I actually admitted how I felt, and then for some reason, maybe they felt a little rejected. Maybe they didn't get the reaction they thought they were going to get again with this Page of Swords. Maybe they thought they would get something better out of you. I don't know. There's just something about that wasn't what I thought would happen. Do they even like me? There's a little sense of insecurity on here. And I think they're trying to work on it with this Four of Swords. They're trying to understand themselves and clear out the negativity. I really want to say that because we also have the Devil. I saw this combo here, Devil, Eight of Cups, and the Moon. They're trying to move on past all this emotional baggage they're carrying, right? Like they're trying to move forward, and they want to be in a good environment, and they want to be passionate. They are very passionate, so I'm going to clarify that Eight of Cups real quick. I just want to be like, are they moving past you, or are they moving, like, what is this Eight of Cups? Because I feel like it was letting go, but now I'm questioning it. I don't know if I said it earlier, but Pisces, Capricorn, Pisces again, Aries, and Leo are on the table right now. So I'm going to draw a couple cards for that Eight of Cups. Okay, so I asked where are they moving away from and where are they moving towards. So with moving away from, they got the Seven of Swords and Five of Cups. So this sadness, this misunderstanding things, I see this as like constantly fighting this battle that they constantly have. They're trying to move away from this. They may be working on whatever they see as a battle, basically. I kind of see this as, I'm getting the sense that it's internal, like maybe, especially with this Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups is that whole like trying to, or not trying to, you're very, um, oh my God, I'm losing my words right now. Mercury retrograde's a bitch. Sorry, it's in my first house. But it's like crying over spilt milk whenever you have a good opportunity in front of you, basically. It's really focused on the negative. And it's like drowning in your emotions here and constantly feeling like you have to fight, like you're jealous. Like I see this one as jealousy. So trying to move past that and kind of have an understanding of the situation, trying to be open minded, trying to be more realistic, and could be dealing with a Taurus, by the way. So what do they want? I feel like, what do they want from this relationship with you, I guess? What do they want from this? So I don't know that there's either a sense of they don't completely know, or like they want like fulfillment with you. They do want this to be like a great opportunity. They want this to be like a blessing, like emotionally. But there's like this sense of struggle mentally with the Five of Swords and Eight of Swords. Like maybe they feel better being a little more independent because like relying on someone else is still kind of scaring them. And I feel like it's still like scars from past relationships, from past battles where they felt like they lost and now they don't really, it's like hard for them to make a move basically. And they're still kind of in that kind of setting or environment. I think they're still exhausted from that. And like I said, I think they do want a good opportunity with you. They do want that. It's just because of these mental scars, emotional scars from the past. You may be dealing with someone who was emotionally abused, mentally abused, someone who was gaslit, manipulated. So they're suspicious. Maybe they have trust issues. Maybe they were cheated on. There's something about their energy that's just I'm not trusting. But with them feeling like they lost the battle and really clinging to that sword, and this Eight of Swords being blindfolded, I don't know if it's I'm not going to say it's your fault. I don't know that it's your fault because they may not be seeing things clearly. They're not having the strength to really walk through this muck that they have themselves in. And they kind of just, it's kind of like they need time to like chill from this. So there's definitely an element of, yes, they want something successful with you, but at the same time, they're a mess. Like I feel like I'm gonna draw more on the Ace of Cups, but like with this, it's just kind of like this is a sensitive situation. This is a sensitive situation, very delicate. Like they may need space right now. They may need reassurance. I'm not sure what they would need basically to feel better in this situation. They may just need to. If this is resonating for them, it kind of feels like they just need to know that this isn't the past, basically, and they may just need to talk and open up. You know what I mean? So I feel like drawing more for this Ace of Cups. So I drew more for the Eight of Swords as well, and you got the Wheel of Fortune, and is that the King? King of Wands reverse. So again, it's just hard for them to move forward. It's easier for them to move forward alone and not ask for help, and because of the state that they're in, and not necessarily. So you could be dealing with Sagittarius and Pisces. Forgot to say that, and not necessarily they don't want to be with you, but it's just easier for them. they feel like it's easier to deal with this stuff alone. They don't want to burden someone else, I guess, um, because they're scared. They're scared, basically. They've been hurt and they don't want to be hurt again. And you could be dealing with someone who just doesn't really want to open up to that. There's a lot of fire energy on the board. So I think Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius all came out. We have Ace of Wands, again, for clarifying the Ace of Cups, which water energy. I think all the elements are here, all the signs, because I think there was air energy too. Like, I don't know, was there an Ace of Cups? I don't know. Gemini was definitely here. So it could be anybody at this point. All the signs are here, but we do have Leo specifically, fire signs, air signs, Capricorn specifically, water signs down here, trying to clarify the Ace of Cups. So clarifying the Ace of Cups, we have the Queen of Coins, Ace of Points, Ace of Wands, and the Sun. So there's a lot of passion here. There's excitement here. There's hopefulness for the future, hopefully that this is something that could be long term, and they want to be happy in this. There's just this little, it's like there's two sides of them basically. One, the fear side and the optimistic side, and they're at battle. They're battling for who's gonna win basically. Yeah, like they want to nurture the situation, but they're also scared. It's how I'm seeing this. So let's get some advice for this situation. I'm going to gear the advice towards Leo because this is a Leo reading. But something, if I end up feeling like it's for the other side, then it can be like that. But I'm going to gear it towards Leo, but the situation in general, but more, I'm assuming that Leo's the one watching this. So just stating how I'm drawing this. Okay, so we got the Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. So a decision needs to be made. Do you still have the energy to put into this? Does it still fulfill you? Or are you fucking done, basically? Like, how do you feel about this? Can you keep going? Can you keep going? Or is it exhausting you and are you done? So the next thing that I drew, got the Seven of Swords. This is a general reading, so this may not apply to everybody, but this is either talking about not doing everything by yourself and not because that would potentially like screw over one person, or it's talking about watching out for deception. I went with that route, watching out for deception for some of you. And because this is a general reading, I kind of went with, okay, what to look for, trying to get to what to look for. And so on one side, we have, okay, are they considerate? Are they empathetic? Do they try to emote, I want to say responsibly, but helpfully maybe? Do they understand? Do they try to, in these moments, do they try to understand your perspective as well and try to come to an understanding, like a compromise or something? Like, is this teamwork, or is this someone who, with these two reversed, I just kind of saw this as someone who's constantly complaining, never joyful, never really in the moment, never really enjoying anything, kind of just, it's kind of like you can have something that should be appreciated from them and they'll make you feel like you should have done better. Basically, you could have done that better. Like, don't you think you could have done that better? Like, it almost feels like they're putting you down. It's like a self-sabotage. I was hearing self-sabotage earlier, but maybe they're putting you down so they look better so you'll stay, because like a thing, and you don't need that. You don't need that in your life, right? Pisces, Taurus, and Aquarius are on the board. I don't think I was done yet, but I wanted to point out that. So we have the make a decision. Watch out for deception, because there's possibly like this lone wolf screwing over the pack here. That may not apply to everybody. So if you're watching, don't try to live in fear or anything. But let's. I don't feel like this advice was done, so I'm gonna draw a little more. Okay, so you could be dealing with the Pisces or Aries, but again, something to watch out for. This was once a very passionate relationship. You got the Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Moon card, and the Five of Pentacles. So this is just telling me, okay, like, are you judging it based on the emotions, the passion, you felt in the past with this person? Is that what you're feeling for? Is that where the love is, basically? Is that where your emotions lie? Is that what you're celebrating? Are you actually hurt right now? Is that what you're celebrating? Is that why you're here? Because of the past? Or are you actually hurt, or do you actually want to be here? There's a need to evaluate how you actually feel, because when evaluating, of course, this is a general reading, but I guarantee you some of you needed this advice because some of you are loving someone based on past energy and not on current, where they're currently hurting you, where you're heartbroken, where this just isn't really worth celebrating anymore. It's not what you want to celebrate anymore, because when you think about it, who leaves you out in the cold? When you need something, are they there for you? Even though you're constantly there for them. That's the vibe I got off of this Five of Pentacles. Like, how does that play out? Like, how does that play out? When you need someone, are they there for you? Because I bet you're there for them when they need it. Type of energy coming off of that. These are things you need to consider. So hopefully this helps. This kind of has, some of you, this definitely has, like, you may just need to leave it behind because it's not really doing you any good and you're loving it based on the past. You need to evaluate how you currently feel. Some of you may still want to celebrate, you may just want to fix it. But some of you may just be like, I love the past person and this ain't working for me anymore. And if we're not going to work on it, like, bye. I'm tired of being the only one, you know? So hopefully this reading helped. We're going to go ahead and get into new love for Leo. So thank you guys for watching. I'm assuming if you're current, like, this is where we stop, but I'm not judging. Anyway, I'm going into new. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, Leo. So this one's going to go to the ones who either, my intention with the new is either you just found something new or you're looking for something new. So one of those two. Let's see how it resonates. Okay, so I wasn't sure where to go for this. So I was just like, okay, just give me something. So we got the Knight of Wands. That is a Leo card. So I'm assuming this is you. We have the King of Cups and we have the Ten of Cups. So what I'm noticing from this is, like, you're on the pursuit, you're on the prowl, right? You're looking for somebody. You're very passionate about this endeavor too. You're tunnel vision in on somebody who can helpfully communicate, who can give you that fulfillment that you're searching for. My only question is, like, see, the King of Cups is open, vulnerable, not really scared of exposure, because you know what? He can clean out his cup at any time. No one's gonna permanently poison him. Like, he knows how to heal himself. He's good. I'm only saying he because King of Cups, and don't take it as anything, like, that's just the energy. This is Pisces, by the way. It doesn't have to be, but and with this Knight of Wands, like, the only thing you can really see is the face, and you're like, I am shielded, but I'm offering you something. Like, I want to see that you are open, but I don't want to open up myself. Basically, is what I'm getting from that. Like, excuse the weird voice. I don't know why that came out, but whatever. So let's draw more. I feel like drawing more into this now. Like, are you ready? Like, why do you have this armor on? Like, I was really noticing the distinction between, like, the open and out there, not really guarded, and the guarded here with the armor on. Like, I mean, it's a Knight card versus King, so yeah, but yeah, so Let's see, why you got that armor on? We're gonna draw for that. Okay, I didn't shuffle all the cards. Just one card popped out. Three of Swords. I cannot. I'm like, I should have recorded that shuffling. Like, Three of Swords popped out. Like, you're still heartbroken. You're still worried. If not heartbroken, still like thinking about the things that hurt you from the past and maybe judging the present based on the things that hurt you from the past. But I'm going to venture to say still heartbroken, still in pain based on things that happened a while ago. So it's like, I don't want to be vulnerable, but I want to see all the good things first, like before I feel comfortable to take off all this armor. So it's like, are you actually ready? I don't know. Let's draw some more cards. So, additional cards I drew. We got the Six of Cups and the Sun card. So, Sun is Leo. Like, I feel like this is saying, like, if you look at that Six of Cups, like, there's giving energy, there's friendship energy in this, but, like, I feel like the giving is conditional here because if you notice, one person's just doing it, the other person's like, are you doing it? Should I do it? It's like holding back a little bit, and that's kind of this whole situation here. Like, I need to see you do it before I reciprocate. When usually you're a very generous person, you're not in your typical energy here. With this Queen of Swords reverse and this Four of Wands reverse, I just see that as you not being very diplomatic and you not building up this structure that this foundation, like even this minor foundation that still needs to be worked on, like, you know, still has things to build up, but you're not even wanting to put in the work for that because I need to see that they do it. It's like you want them to build up the first level of the foundation before you put in anything when it needs teamwork, basically. It's like you're ready to charge in, but you're still scared. Like, it's almost like you're doing it just to get it over with. So Libra and Aquarius showed up too. I thought Gemini did, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, Gemini's not here. But so you could have that in your chart or potentially dealing with that. So there's still, like I said, it kind of seems like you're just charging in to get it over with. You're like, I need to just get out there. Just get out there. Like, get it. I don't want to feel this anymore. It's like you want a distraction. You don't want, like, I'm tired of feeling this. Like, like, it's like that. Like, you want this, but are you ready for it? I don't know that you are because, you know, but I'm going to draw advice. I'm going to draw advice for you, and I'm going to take it from a different deck in case any of these cards want to pop back out. Give me a sec. Okay, so for your advice, we have the Eight of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups, like on this side instead of this side, because it's a vice versa deck. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace, or the Death card reversed. We have the Five of Cups. And we have the World reversed. So I feel like this is saying you're really not ready. It's okay to not be ready to move on. Give yourself time to heal. Like, with this Ten of Cups, this was once very fulfilling. Like, the type of, like, relationship where it's like, I could just be on I just need you, like, basically, if we're on a deserted island. Like, very corny, but that's how you felt. So this is something that's very significant for you to leave, or that's left you, either way. With this Eight of Cups, it may not have been working out, but you're still, with this Eight of Cups and Five of Cups, still both being focused on it. You're still really focused on it, and that's okay. With this World and the Death reversed, I just feel like this is saying you're not entirely ready to let it go. Like, the disappointment of it not working out, of this, whatever this is, not actually coming to fruition, not being more than this level. I think that's kind of why this Four of Wands came out again reversed, and I think maybe you feel like you put in all the work last time to even take it to this point, and then it just ended up nothing. And that may be why you're kind of expecting someone else to put in all the work this time. Maybe with this one, it's like you either feel defeated or you feel victorious, but from the context, I'm guessing you feel defeated. And with this Ace of Swords, you still have things, opportunities for growth. How do I want to put that? Opportunities for growth, awareness to be in that situation. You still have the chance to get up on your feet again. Like, you're not on your feet again from the situation that has drained you, that has left you defeated, that and this person, I don't know, the way this person's looking is almost like mockingly and like arrogantly defeating you. Like, yeah, that's right, I was in the right. Like, sorry, my nose is itching. And it's just, it's almost like just really attacking your sense of security in yourself, basically. Maybe attacking your insecurities, like, just, I feel like whoever the person victorious in this situation was brought you down to make themselves feel better, to make themselves feel righteous. Like, this was a nasty battle you went through, and it's affecting you very deeply. like, I think, like I said, at one time, this meant a lot to you, so that's why it's so hard to walk away from. Well, I don't think you're in this situation since you're looking for something new, but like I said, I think you were just rushing in to get it over with, to move on to, because this whole thing is just like, I'm so tired of looking all this sadness, all this sad cups, and it's just like, I just want something new, but you haven't really let it go. You're not really ready, and that's okay. Of course, you're a fixed sign. You're a Leo. You know, take this advice if you will. I'm just trying to help. I just see that you're not really ready. I'm not telling you to be alone. Maybe have some friends you can rely on. Go have fun that way. That way you don't have to be alone and sit with this mess. But you are still healing here. So it just seems like you still have this to deal with, and it's okay to sit with it for now. Like, it's okay to not be ready. It's okay to not be okay. It feels like that is appropriate to tell you right now at this time. You don't have to be glowing up. You don't have to be moving on. You don't have to show off a new boo. Like, you don't have to be moving on better than your ex. Like, you don't have to put them in their place. You can process this for you and move on for you and feel better for you. Do it for you. You know what I mean? Because it just seems like you're really not ready. It'd be more of a show than anything. So anyway, hopefully this helped you guys. And again, for anyone, I forgot to say it on the other two, but thank you guys for the likes and, for you guys winning. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have a good night. And, have a good night.